Hello there, and thanks for joining us for this special edition of WVUA News at 6. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Phillip Coleman, and we're coming to you live from the heart of the University of Alabama. And right behind us, you can see those white and crimson tents going up. That's because the quad is game day central.
And it's just absolutely electric out here, Phillip. It's just Bama's big SEC home opener against Ole Miss. We have a live look for you over the University of Alabama from our WVUA tower camera. You can see the tops of those tents. A gorgeous evening shaping up out here. People getting ready to really cheer on the Tide Saturday night. And Bama fans are not only known for their lively tailgating, they're also known for being very faithful followers of the Tide, going everywhere the Crimson Tide goes.
So true, and some of those fans like to ride in high style when they travel around, like those fans in those RVs. WVUA's Jennifer Edwards shows us more in tonight's top story.
For the Kendricks, this $1 million motorhome is a home away from home.
It's got everything that you can think of on it. It has granite floors that are heated. It has a dishwasher, has a refrigerator and a freezer. It has a washer and dryer. And then this becomes the bed. So then that puts the bed on the floor. The nice thing about having a motorhome is when you always have your stuff and it stays in it. We have a barn, we put it into the barn, we restock it with all our tailgating equipment. We wash it, clean it up, and then we're ready to go for the next time.
Ken Kendrick is a UA alumni and has been traveling by motorhome to see the Tide play since 1978. He says he had this motorhome custom built with the Crimson Tide in mind.
We settled in on this one. They built it for us, for Alabama football. And our problem in tailgating, we have so many people that come into it, we decided we needed a bigger room.
But no matter how big or small an RV is, Kendrick says it's his fellow RV fans that make tailgating so enjoyable.
The nicest people you will meet at any football game are around the tailgate, around the motorhome tailgates. Everybody pitches in and helps and does things. We've got a boy over here right now that's boiling peanuts. So, we've got plenty of room. And everybody shares, and it's just a community kind of thing.
Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Jennifer Edwards, WVUA News.
And the Kendricks decided to trade in their mobile home keys for the keys to a condo in Tuscaloosa so they can help take care of their 12 grandchildren. And if you're in the market for their home away from home, well, it'll only cost you about $500,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, one thing that the Tide fans and the Rebel fans share is their love of tailgating, though there are two different styles of tailgating.
Yeah, the two teams are not only competing on the field, there's also an online competition happening as well. Listen to this. The University of Alabama and the Ole Miss Rebels are being featured in Southern Living magazine's South's Best Tailgate Contest. WVUA caught up with some Alabama fans today getting ready for the game, and the tradition of tailgating gets bigger every year at the Capstone, forming lifelong friendships for some and, of course, memories they cherish.
Down from St. Louis to see some family and have a good time and tailgate and roll Tide.
And after the game, you're out and you can hit Phil's, you can hit the Houndstooth. Great bars to hang out at. Ole Miss doesn't have anything like that. This is why Alabama is the best.
And you can go online and vote for the Tide in the Southern Living tailgating competition, but don't wait. That competition does end on Monday. You can get a shortcut to that website by going to ours. That's WVUATV.com. Just look right there under numbers and links. And WVUA, of course, is the place to start your football Saturdays. Don't miss this week's edition of Crimson Tide Kickoff. That's tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Gary Harris will have complete game day coverage, plus an interview with Jim Fuller, offensive line coach on the 1992 National Championship game. Also, a former player on Coach Bryant's team. And Gary will also have a breakdown of the matchup and lots of feature stories on the Crimson Tide. That's every Saturday morning, only on Alabama's home team station, WVUA.
And Alabama's home game means that Alabama Game Day Advantage is coming your way tonight. Join Danny Salter, I should say, tonight at 6:30. He'll be talking about tailgating on the quad. Plus, he'll chat with Ken Gaddy from the Bryant Museum. You'll hear about Nick's Kids, a BCS Championship Trophy photo opportunity, and much more. That's happening tonight live at the Bryant Museum. Get the advantage, the Alabama Game Day Advantage, tonight at 6:30. Right here on WVUA TV.
And before you cheer on the Tide, you know, a lot of you are going to high school football games tonight. You've got lots of local teams on tap for this evening. Get your football fix tonight with Football Friday, right after WVUA News at 10. Gary Harris and our entire WVUA sports team will bring you all the highlights from West Alabama's biggest games. That's tonight. Join us at 10:35. The question now, what type of weather can we expect if you're maybe headed out to one of those high school games?
WVUA's chief meteorologist, Richard Scott, has the answer. Hello, Richard.
Hey, Phillip and Lynn, good Friday evening to you. Good news is for the local high school football games, I think we all stay rain-free. No rain to talk about, but it's still mild. And hey, it is muggy out there. 84 Tuscaloosa, 86 down in Utah, and 85 in the city of Linden in central Marengo County. Now, no rain to talk about across the area. The rain kind of around us, but look for showers to gradually increase during the day on Saturday. Tonight, though, hey, we're looking good for, again, the local high school football games. The mild and muggy game can be expected out there, but what about the risk of rain, and could we have some flooding issues over the weekend? Home team weather's coming up. Stick around.
Thanks a lot, Richard. We'll check in with him in just a little while. In the meantime, 38 days left until voters decide on our next president.
And students at Tuscaloosa's Paul W. Bryant High School focused on what it takes to become a registered voter in Alabama today. The government classes all met together for a special presentation on voting in Alabama. The president of the Tuscaloosa chapter of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the Reverend Schmidt Moore, was the guest speaker. He shared with the students why he thinks it's important to make it out to the polls and exercise your right to vote. And Bryant teacher Aldrich Bennett told us he wants his students to know that they have a voice.
We want to get them before society or culture or negative stereotypes tell them that your vote doesn't count. We want to make sure that as a history teacher, I want to present history as alive as it is today, not just a faraway land or something like that, that they can make history by being registered to vote, by speaking up for their rights.
And to learn more about voter registration in Alabama, just go to WVUATV.com, click on numbers and links for a shortcut to the state of Alabama Secretary of State's website. Now, in other news, young entrepreneurs got some inspiration today at Shelton State.
Yeah, and some of those names are big names.
Yes, they are.
Some that you might even recognize. It was all part of the Homegrown Successful Entrepreneurs Conference. West Alabama middle and high school students got to hear a keynote speech from Kay Robertson, who's featured on the hit reality show Duck Dynasty. 14-year-old Willow Tufano also spoke. Tufano has already made a big splash in the business world and already owns her first home and says her family was a big influence.
Definitely my mom and my grandma had an influence, and I just thought, well, this would be cool if I can do this now, and why wait, really? I can do it now, so, and it's really simple to do as well, so I just thought I had the opportunity and I thought that I'd take it.
You wouldn't believe how we started out, right on the banks of the river.
And organizers told us they used the conference as an opportunity for these students to network and just meet some of these very successful entrepreneurs, kind of a mentoring partnership there.
A great way to learn from those who've already made it and a path made the way in advance. Great way to learn.
That's right.